Hi Peaches, it's Shaaba. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on another video. How you doing? It is coming up to August and this is a terrifying thought for me. Why? Because I'm getting married in 2 months. Can you believe it? I was waiting for this for like 3 years because Miss Verona delayed our wedding, but now that it's coming up so soon, I'm so nervous. And I thought I would go on the internet to look for advice, and in doing so, realised there's a lot of people out there that need advice of their own. So seeing as we're on a roll with these videos, I thought we'd take a look at the subreddit of weddings and see what we think about other people's wedding advice, issues, problemos. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let's dive right in. I find weddings to be such a funny one as well. Like, part of me is just like, dude, calm down. It's like one day. And another part of me is like, yes, I'm so passionate about this. All right. Thank you note etiquette. Call me old-fashioned if you want. I've been to 5 weddings in the last 2 years, formal and informal. Is there still such a thing as sending thank you notes? I haven't received one for the gifts for bridal showers. A bridal shower's still a thing? Is that like a hen party, stag do type thing? Does it just have a different name in the US? Or for money gifts for the wedding? I don't know why this bothers me, but it absolutely gets under my skin. I'm starting to wonder when I return the RSVP if I should include a self-addressed stamped envelope with a thank you note. I would definitely say that crosses a line into being just rude. I feel it's very rude to not even acknowledge these things. Even seeing these people at gatherings months after their special day, nothing's been said. I think I'm going to stop being generous and just throw them $20 and say, here you go. I always thought there was a 6-month thing where you had to send them out. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I was definitely going to do thank you notes. I think it's just kind. I will say, however, I'm not going to print out thank you notes because I am very conscious about the environment, and I get it. Some people are like, oh my god, you're spending so much waste on other parts of your wedding. Why is this something that bugs you? Well, 1, every little helps, and 2, you have no idea what I'm doing for my wedding. How much I'm thinking of the environment and all of my different things. Invites, for example, we literally asked for people to text us a photo, so that's definitely the format that I expect to send out thank you notes. And if anyone's offended by the fact that I didn't receive a formal slip but it was done in like a text way, please take up knitting because there are greater things to worry about in your life. But no, would I be offended if I didn't receive a thank you note at all? No, I don't think I would. What do you think? A thank you note's a thing of the past? Let's see what other people say. We did our thank you notes 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks after the wedding. It wasn't a painful task, but it did take time to write the personalised notes and money for the cards and postage. Personally, I don't get upset over not getting thank you cards because I don't expect anything for a gift. I think that's what makes me feel a bit iffy about this one. The idea that like, oh, I've given you a gift so you must send me a thank you note. Like, yeah, of course it's nice to receive one, but if not, like, I'm not giving it to you so that I can get a piece of paper that says thank you on it. My gift to you is a thank you for inviting me to your wedding and allowing me to celebrate that special day. So you're gonna thank me for thanking you? I don't know. I couldn't care less. These are people I love. That's why I go to their weddings. I don't need a wasteful card. I don't need them to waste money on postage and waste a Tuesday night writing out notes. They'll hug me and thank me the next time I see them, as they did at the wedding. Obviously you do that too, like, hey, thanks for coming. I'm not gonna lie, we've had a ridiculously tiny number of people at RSVP and it's making me quite sad. We're gonna have to chase people up, but it is like a real worry to think that people aren't gonna turn up. So definitely thanking people for coming is a thing that I will be doing. Really shows you who's there to like make the efforts, and some people who obviously just can't make it. Just interesting. I'm 33 and I care. Not enough to hold a grudge or ruin a relationship, but I definitely get disappointed and find it inconsiderate when I don't get a thank you card. I went to 4 weddings in the past year. All 4 of those weddings were destination weddings, so I had to take time off work for each of them. We had to buy flights, accommodation, outfits, and I still wrote a heartfelt card with a personalised message for each couple and gifted a minimum of $300. Oh my goodness, I could not imagine being invited to that many weddings, having to do that. That is one thing that really does bug me about destination weddings. I really think if you're planning a wedding, whatever you're doing, you have to think of your guest list and their means. It infuriates me to no end to see people do these really extravagant things and invite friends, loved ones, family members who are just not able to do that. You just can't do that. If you want to do that, go and elope and do something and then come and have a party. But whoa, a little appreciation afterwards would be nice, even if it's just a text or email. Fair. I totally appreciate that, especially if you're asking your guests to go that far out of their way to book flights, to take that much time off work for I assume is a long trip. Well, there you go. Our thank you note's a nice gesture. Yes. Will I get really pissed off and offended and never speak to you again if you don't send me one? No. Get over it. You know? Uninviting someone to my wedding for making TikToks about me. Ooh. Ew. I, a 26-year-old woman, was friends with this girl, Carrie, in high school and college. When we were 21, she met her boyfriend and we began to have a falling out. He uses racial slurs, calls disabled people a not very nice term, convinced her to co-sign for a car after 3 months of dating because his old one was repossessed and is generally not a great guy. Mutual friends and myself sat her down and explained we thought she was moving too fast. She got angry and didn't speak to us for a period of time. Years passed and we slowly rebuilt our friendship. but never to the same extent. I was going to say, like, why are you going into somebody else's relationship and sort of like judging that? But I appreciate the context considering what you're about to say. Fast forward to when I got engaged. She didn't ask any questions or seem interested, which is fine. I invited her to holiday parties at my home and tried to make her feel included in things, but ultimately she didn't engage or come to things. When it was time to pick bridesmaids and plan the bachelorette party, I didn't choose or invite her because in my mind we weren't close. This is bachelorette party, that's the American term. So what is a bridal shower? How does that differ to a bachelorette party? Is this just another way to make money for industries? She flipped out. She sent me a message to F off, posted on her Instagram that people aren't loyal, and then made several specific TikToks saying I was a fake friend who never cared about her, how I only cared about myself, and how I was a bad person. Oh, babe. I'm just shocked and confused because I've never had anyone act this way towards me. I really thought as adults we'd understand that if we aren't speaking or close, then we shouldn't expect to be in each other's weddings. She was still invited as a guest to spend time with everyone, and I have other friends who aren't in the wedding who understood. I feel so anxious and uncomfortable towards her that I've basically decided to tell her not to attend my wedding. I'm using this partially as a way to vent and partially to see if it's the right call to uninvite her, babe. I'm really glad you uninvited her. I'd have been disappointed if you didn't uninvite her. Who the hell does that? Unless you are a 4-year-old who shouldn't even be on TikTok in the first place, why the frick are you not being an adult and confronting people and saying to their face, hey, I have a problem with you, and this is what my problem is? Why instead are you making TikToks? I would not only not invite you to my wedding, I would not invite you to the rest of my life. I wouldn't be friends with someone like this. This is such toxic energy. I hope you find the courage to value yourself and cut that shit out because no, thank you. Oh yes, she's not only uninvited to my wedding, but she's uninvited to my... I just said that. Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. We should be friends. If she's that immature and toxic that she's making TikToks about me, totally agree. I do, however, just want to point out the wider story here of like having friends who you used to be close to, who you're maybe not as close to anymore. Totally get the difficulty of understanding where they go on a wedding list and the awkwardness of sometimes having to say that to certain people. We've been through that ourselves. But you know what? Weddings are expensive, and I don't know if I'm maybe being a bit biased because obviously we have the online thing, we've had the LGBT plus thing, and the mixed race thing, which in all three ways means that there's like a lot of attack on our relationship. So we are very intent on keeping our ceremony at least quite intimate. I guess it's been in some ways harder because we're cutting the guest list that little bit more, but in some ways easier because we can say, look, we really want people who we're super duper close to, who genuinely love and support us and who've spoken to us at that part of our wedding. So like that's that. Get over it. At the end of the day, your wedding day is your wedding day. It costs money. It is your safe space, and it's for you to celebrate with the people that you feel most comfortable to do that with. This person should definitely not be making it onto your list. This person definitely doesn't deserve a thank you note. Reception, pickle, surprise. Hi all, first Reddit post here. Welcome. As I'm having difficulty searching for something similar to the rest of this on the internet. For our wedding, I, the bride, want to somehow put on the invite for the recipient to bring their favourite type of pickle. Their favourite type of pickle. As a surprise to my fiancé. He's a pickle fanatic. And I think he would really get a kick out of this. But I'm not sure how to go about this or word it and such. Sorry, when they said reception pickle surprise, I thought they meant pickle. You know how I am like, oh, I'm in a bit of a pickle. I didn't think they meant an actual pickle. I love that. Oh my goodness. I love the fact that your partner is so into pickles, you are wanting to integrate it as a theme in your wedding day. Fun fact, you know how Jamie's like obsessed with potatoes and his branding is all about potatoes? At our engagement party, I put tiny new potatoes on a stick to add to our floral arrangements. And that's what this reminds me of. I love it so much. Oh my goodness, that put a smile on my face. Well, this isn't something that needs advice on. Well, please insert your pickle puns downstairs in the comments section. Let's think of some wonderful taglines. What a fantastic first Reddit post. The pickle partner did well. I praise your passionate pickling. Did anyone come up with something fun? Somebody suggested that you could do a pickle snack bar during cocktail hours as a prize instead. That's a great idea. Or offer pickle flavoured snacks. I feel like if it's an invite, he's gonna like know. Do you know what I mean? Like if you want it as a surprise. Like I couldn't hide a surprise from Jamie on our invite because he reads the invites and sees all the RSVPs. But I like the idea of a pickle bar. Also a good point, if people are travelling to the wedding, then pickles might be complicated. I would hate to have like a beautiful dress on and then have like an accidental pickle leakage in the car. That would be disastrous. And the smell of pickles, and that's not something you can get out just before a wedding, you know? I think Beyonce is kind of a big deal, so please help me surprise him. by bringing your favourite pickle to the party. That's a great suggestion. Oh my gosh, someone else here is asking more questions about the pickles because they are a fellow pickle enthusiast. I hope there's a pickle fan club out there. It sounds like there needs to be. Is it okay to be more scared than excited? Guys, my wedding is this Saturday and I'm officially starting to lose my shit and feel guilty about how I feel. My fiance and I have been together for 10 years. And have been through thick and thin. I'm just really sad and afraid for some reason. I'm a very emotional person and I'm like already grieving that the most important day of my life is over when it hasn't even occurred yet. I don't know what's up. I've got terrible anxiety already. Even worse when I'm in the spotlight, and I guess I'm just absolutely terrified that my wedding day is going to be ruined because of it. Help. Can I just be really honest? I honestly feel very similar. This wedding has been like the source of so much stress and I just feel like there's so much pressure. I never wanted it to be that way. I wanted it to just be like this tiny little thing in a field, and I'm not mad that it's turned into something else. I just feel like there is a lot of pressure, especially because of how much we delayed it to meet certain expectations. Do you know what I mean? Just being really honest, I'm a commitment phobe. I feel like I have a lot of sitting on a couch talking about my family background and my childhood. That will probably explain a lot about that, but I genuinely don't like the idea of being tied down. I don't like the idea of routine, and so the idea of marrying someone, even someone that I've been with for 10 years, which I know sounds so ridiculous because like, what is it? It's just a chance to have a party and a holiday afterwards that's named a honeymoon. It's just a day to celebrate that love and commitment, and I do love that, but it also terrifies me and I don't understand why. So I feel you, and I've heard this from a lot of people as well. Cold feet is such a normal thing to happen before the wedding. As long as your fears are not coming from the fact that you are doubting your relationship and you don't want to be in this one, which is why you're scared to commit. As long as it's not that, it's totally okay to feel nervous and upset and scared before that big day, that big moment. And I also can totally relate. Wow, it's so interesting. You've like verbalized the thoughts that have been living in the back of my head that I've not even thought to express. I can totally relate to grieving a day that hasn't even happened yet, because honestly, the two top pieces of advice: enjoy every moment because it's going to go over so quickly, and I miss it. I miss it. I miss my wedding so much. And you're just told you're not going to remember the day, and it's going to be such a whirlwind, and you better make the most of it because it's going to go. Like, of course you're going to feel an insane amount of pressure if that is like the top piece of advice. And the second piece of advice, which kind of goes hand in hand, is make sure that you and your partner have 10 minutes alone at the very least, because you're not going to have time. You're going to be stressed and busy and catering to everyone else. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's so much. I appreciate the advice. Like, I get it. I get why it's important to say, like, savor the moment and take it slow. But when everyone is telling you that, I'm already dreading it being over, which is weird because it's not even happened yet. I'm sure we've all done this though. You know, like, it's Friday and you're like, oh, I'm worried for Monday, because the weekend's going to be so relaxing and the weekend hasn't even happened yet. And if you're anything like me, you then spend most of Sunday just stressing about this work of Monday, so you don't even get that time to relax. I'm just a terrible overthinker. I think that's what it is. But babe, I feel you. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for verbalizing and for sharing. I can't really help you because I'm not on the other side yet, but we'll circle around to this when I'm back from my wedding. Meanwhile, let's see what other people have to say. I think you're just feeling the feels. It's okay to be scared, but to lean on your partner and tell them how you feel. Talk to someone and it'll help, and whatever happens, whether you're anxious is going to be ruined or not, it's your day. Make the most out of it because it's a beautiful union. It's okay to not be okay. I hope it goes well with the wedding. I also really hope it goes well with the wedding, my love. That is so sweet. Girl, I'm also getting married Saturday and I'm starting to feel the same way. All this work for a day that folks say goes by in the blink of an eye. Exactly. Am I going to get everything done? Am I going to enjoy myself? Obviously I know that it's going to be great, but this is when the anxiety's hitting me, and I think we just have to accept the emotions and ride it out. Plus we get to experience the come down with our partners. It isn't going to ruin the day. Just let your partner know how you're feeling and lean on them to help center you when you're feeling elevated. We've got this. Someone else says, please don't do this to yourself. I bawled leaving our resort after our wedding, destination wedding in Mexico, because it was the best time ever and I was so sad it was over. You will be sad, but don't let that ruin your days leading up to it. That's adorable. It brings me on to the reframing. It's like Christmas, where the Christmas season feels so big and then Christmas kind of feels underwhelming as a result. I feel you, but then the wonderful thing about Christmas is you get to have that beautiful period where no one knows the time afterwards because you're still on a high and eating so much food, watching all of those good movies, and then you get to start the adventure of a brand new year. And I kind of feel like that's the same about weddings. That's what I'm trying to like rephrase it in my mind. Yes, there's a lot of planning that goes into that one day, but when that day is over, there's still so much of that day afterwards, like the come down that these other commenters were talking about, that's so fun. You still get to eat leftover cake. You get to go on your honeymoon. Oh my goodness. You get to have photos back and share them with everyone, and everyone goes, oh my god, god, you look so pretty, you look like you're having so much fun, look at that twerk on the dance floor. And then on top of all of that, you get to start this brand new adventure as a married couple, which I know doesn't have to mean anything. Like Jamie and I, we already live together, we already have 2 cats, some people may already have kids, but it's still living life after making this new formal commitment that just feels a little bit different, I imagine. Some people change their names, some people change their prefixes. For us, that's just another cool part. It's like we've leveled up in our relationship as we continue on our relationship journey, whether that be kids, moving house, new pets, so many different things. It's not the end, it's a new beginning. Oh my gosh, that sounded so cringe, but you know, it's true. Oh, that was fun. I'll be doing a couple more of these in the lead up to my wedding where we can look at some more juicy and dramatic wedding situations. Please feel free to link me some if there are some specific ones that you'd like me to explore. For now, I will love you and leave you and go get on with some wedding prep. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'll see you next time. Be kind and have a great day. Bye.